From Nutrien Ag Solutions, this is Senior Meteorologist Andrew Pritchard with your Canadian Prairie weather story for Monday, June 14th, 2021. Well, heat warnings are back in effect from southern Alberta into western and central portions of Saskatchewan as another ridge of high pressure allows heat to build across the region. You can see the flow of the jet stream, including that ridge, and a downstream trough that's kicking off some showers and storms across western portions of the prairie, far north and western portions, I should say. But let's go ahead and trace the flow of the jet stream around the base of that trough, up and over the top of our ridge right here. And then we've got some disorganized thunderstorm clusters meandering through the central and southern United States. But beneath that ridge of high pressure, heat, sinking motion, cloud-free skies for just about everyone other than some high-level cirrus clouds until you make your way off to the north of Calgary. From Red Deer to Edmonton, we've seen some shower and storm activity, and that's what you're seeing here with those very bright cloud tops. You can see the radar picture here, static image, again, with those showers and storms making their way through the region here. Again, broken area of scattered showers and storms, and then we could take a zoomed-in look and see where some of those showers and storms are. Off to the north of Calgary. Here's Calgary. So these are off to your north into your northwest, and really some spectacular views as we check out the satellite picture here. A friend of mine in the Calgary area posted a photo here just about an hour ago looking to the northwest of a wonderful updraft tower and thunderstorm off in the distance. So really like a cloud-free sky with these cloud giants looming on the horizon. And the reason for that, again, Calgary, you're off down here toward the bottom side of this image, a little bit further off to the east there. But looking north and looking west, you've got a cloud-free sky, but then you're seeing this parade of updraft towers, this parade of thunderstorms, and so you've got a clear view of those updrafts. So again, if you're in the Calgary area, if you're in central Alberta, just look off to your north and to your northwest. You may have a view of some of these thunderstorms making their way off to the north. Now, as we head through the next couple of days, we are going to see this trough make its way in. It's going to swing a front through the region that's going to bring a quick hitting chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. So some will get missed, some will get a nice downpour here. That is just the nature of this kind of pattern. This is what it looks like as we head through the day today. Sunshine and dry conditions for just about everyone until you make your way into central portions of Alberta where you could see an isolated shower or storm through the rest of the day here. As we head into Tuesday, that chance for showers and storms is going to slowly start to make its way off to the south, but I would imagine Tuesday gets through much of the day here, again, on the sunny and dry side for just about everyone, with much of the precipitation waiting till late Tuesday evening into Tuesday night. And again, that would take the form of isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms. A chance a couple of these storms could produce some hail. We don't have quite the ingredients that we had in some locations here last week with more of a widespread strong to severe thunderstorm chance. This is going to be certainly more isolated in nature and maybe a little bit more tame as far as the ceiling on some of the storm strengths here. So here's Tuesday evening, isolated shower or storm from central and southern Alberta into central and southern Saskatchewan. That quick hitting chance for scattered precipitation quickly moves off to the east. This is what we've got Wednesday midday. Heading into Wednesday afternoon, that chance for scattered showers and storms makes its way into Manitoba, with the dry slot on the storm system punching in here Wednesday. So the better chance for a more sustained, measurable precipitation going to be off to the north here. As you make your way off to the south, we're talking about isolated, scattered, hit or miss. You end up with something like this. This is the NAM, the North American model's best guess at how the precipitation will be distributed across the region, what we just watched here, kind of in slow motion. And again, this is not how it will happen verbatim, but the pattern is there. And again, more people missed than not. A few people are going to get a downpour. Others here maybe just some minor precipitation as they get a glancing blow from a shower or storm. Side-by-side NAM on the left, European on the right. Same general idea, though they differ in the distribution. Again, neither of these is going to be exactly right. Just kind of understand the pattern, blur your eyes and look at it and say, yep, this week looks a little bit on the dry side, but there is a chance there for us a hit or miss shower or storm as that front swings through Tuesday into Wednesday. The next 10 days looking very similar. This is the European model, a little bit zoomed out here, but you see the better chance for more sustained precipitation higher as you go west and north. Peace River, northern Alberta, better chance for a broad region here to pick up some measurable precipitation. North of Highway 16 across Saskatchewan into Manitoba, slightly higher chance for a more, more in the way of measurable precipitation, but still going to be a little bit on the hit or miss side there. And then as you get south of that, that's where things, again, trend even a little bit drier, a little bit more hit or miss over the next 10 days. What do we have going on here with the jet stream? We traced the jet stream flow on the satellite picture, but here it is as we get started on Monday morning. Big trough off the Pacific, big ridge here, anchored across the Canadian Prairie. I say anchored, that's a bad term because this ridge will be on the move as this trough kind of moves up and over the top of it here as we get into the middle part of the week. So this is, as this trough starts sliding into the region here and we bring these stronger jet stream winds in, that's when we end up with that chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region. Again, late Tuesday into Wednesday. On the backside of this, though, we kind of flatten the ridge out, and then we're going to end up with a period here heading into the last part of June, the last, 10 days of June or so, where we've got kind of wavy flow coming across the region. This sets us up with a pattern where we're going to have intermittent chances for precipitation, but this is not a pattern that necessarily screams frequent soaking rains across the region. So I'm leaning, not completely dry, opportunities for precipitation, but maybe the precipitation ends up a little bit on the drier side, but the opportunities are there. We can see that when we flip it over and look at the precipitation forecast that accompanies all of this. Again, Tuesday into Wednesday, that trough makes its way in, get that chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region, kind of a quick hitting chance. In it comes and out it goes as we get into Thursday and Friday. Drier conditions on the backside here, chances for lingering showers north of Highway 16. And then as we get into the weekend, this is when we set up this pattern again with flow doing something like this, rather disorganized with almost little clipper-like systems making their way across the region. So this would be, Saturday. Don't take this verbatim, just understand the pattern at large. Take this into now Monday, and then here we go, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe another system trying to kind of quickly cut across the region. So we end up with something like this. European on the left, GFS on the right. This is the updated GFS coming in this morning, and then the European model from last night. So a little bit of a time difference here, but European a little bit more on the dry side, though the GFS still has that same general theme, which is drier overall, but corridors of heavier precipitation possible if we kick off some of these thunderstorm clusters, again, with any of these little subtle disturbances within that flow. So it's a bit of a tough period to predict, where I'm telling you, we're going to lean drier overall across the region, but some folks are going to get downpours here, and there will be opportunities for precipitation. So as we kind of step this through time, this is today, where we've got this big trough and then big ridge. You can follow the height anomalies here. Again, ridge, sunny, dry as we get started here. Monday, much of Tuesday on the sunny and drier side for the majority of folks here across the prairie. We head into the weekend. This is when the flow starts to flatten out. We take that trough up and over the top of that, flatten flow out just a little bit, so we've got kind of this wavy flow coming in, little disturbances embedded within that. Riding through this will bring opportunities for precipitation to the region. And then as we head into kind of day 10, this is getting into June 24, 25, we're starting to see a ridge building across the Gulf of Alaska with split flow around that high, coming in here and converging. Follow the height contours here, and then coming up from this region, when we see upper level convergence, and that means winds coming together across the region. In the upper levels, winds coming together, that forces the air downward toward the ground. So see, this is ground level. We end up with downward motion through the column of the atmosphere, and if we want precipitation, you want warm, humid air, and you want that air to be rising. So convergence in the upper levels, that's going to kind of act to suppress precipitation, make it kind of an uphill battle as we get into the last 5 days or so of June, into the first couple of days of July. Same thing here. This is June 29th now, even more pronounced. This is where you can see the flow here just kind of converging across the prairie. So the other thing that stands out here is, we've got converging flow, so we're leaning drier, but this is not because we've got a ridge parked over the top of us. Instead, we're kind of getting flow coming around the base of this trough that's being advertised across the Hudson Bay. So this makes me think almost shots of cooler, drier air with, again, the upper level convergence suppressing things. So drier, but not necessarily hot and dry as we finish the month of June, just leaning drier. And you can see that here, the 10-day temperature forecast. Of course, we'll watch this day by day. I'll plug the daily email here at the end of the video, but Calgary, high temperatures over the next 10 days, generally in the low 20s. Same thing here as we look at Edmonton, maybe a couple days in the mid 20s. Regina, same thing, low to mid 20s. Saskatoon, low to mid 20s. Winnipeg, maybe mid 20s. Some lower 20s mixed in there as well. So this is what I'm talking about. Maybe drier, blue. I meant to draw that in brown. Doesn't matter. But not hot and dry. We've got the ridge over the region right now. That's when you see something like this. That high of 32 in Saskatoon today, that is a ridge bringing hot, dry weather. This seems more like upper level convergence with some shots of cooler air, potentially cooler, drier air coming out of the north, but still leaning drier overall. But opportunities within there with some of these little clipper-like systems swinging through to bring localized opportunities for precipitation, at least across the region. So again, if you haven't already, get yourself signed up down here, info.nutrien.com/Pritchard_weather_CA. Follow along day by day. They always say if you can't forecast well, forecast frequently or forecast often. I won't necessarily say that, it's a poor forecast, but just as we get into the summer and the precipitation opportunities become more localized, more isolated in nature, and more dependent on these thunderstorm clusters, you want to be plugged in day to day, not just weekly here with these Monday videos. So have a wonderful Monday, a great start to your week, and we will just continue to track this pattern as we head into what may be a little bit of a cooler but still dry into the month of June.